about anger, just anger. It's different to anger management per se. It's about acknowledging anger. I have struggled with anger management over many, many years. So I know it's not easy. I'm going to just come up with 3 quick pointers as to how do we acknowledge, know what is going on, get to the center of the process, get in control, and basically change the narrative we are telling ourselves and the outcome. So, generally, a scenario of anger is something is going in a way that you would not like. And I think the first feeling is somehow I'm losing control. I need to maintain it. This is not going my way, right? So, first of all, reminding yourself to take a step back, right? So, while meditation on a day to day basis, even for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, the visual of that river in front of you, which is the thoughts, emotions, feelings, but you are the observer who is standing back, making a conscious choice as to whether you want to jump into the river of thoughts, emotions, feelings, and completely lose your power, lose your track, and feel like a victim, or standing back. Now you're thinking, how does it work? Yeah, everybody tells you, and oh, meditation helps anger management. I'll tell you my personal experience. Nothing transitions overnight. It's like one step every single day. So if you make a commitment to yourself to take 5 minutes of your day to do the visualization, like, basically you calm yourself down, a few deep breaths. If you're scattered all over the place, unfortunately, you're thinking about, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. That doesn't work. If you're feeling scattered, I would highly suggest a few minutes, couple of minutes, 5 minutes of writing out, expressive journaling, whatever is, getting cluttered, get it out. Once it's out, a few quick deep breaths, a minute, then you visualize and then you step back. Now you're thinking, what does this have to do with anger? It does, because you don't build a bridge when there's a storm. Yeah? So that's the analogy we have to keep in mind. So basically, when you keep that access on a daily basis, when the anger storm arrives, that's when you have the visual reminder of stepping back. How it has worked for me is there's always this momentary choice when something happens and when you react. So I think with meditation, this moment of choice, of your conscious choice, of you being in the power, of you being in the observer, that conscious moment becomes longer and longer. So you remind yourself, no, I'm not getting sucked into this. Okay. You're not suppressing anything. You are not saying, oh my God, I'm a good person. Anger cannot touch me. It's anger is generally unexpressed hurt. So it's like a cover we use for every other emotion that is difficult to express. So again, you can, if the situation went out of hand, write it out. What happened? How did you tackle it? What could you have done better? Practice self-compassion, okay? Loving and accepting all parts of you, okay? So not like, oh, this is a good part of me, I'll accept this. This is not a good part, I just can't. No, you love, accept, and give compassion to all parts of you, okay? All of you. So again, the mirror exercise, looking at yourself in the mirror first thing in the morning. I love you, your name, truly, deeply, unconditionally. I accept and love all of you. You do not need my validation. I love you unconditionally. Okay. To start with, it might come off like, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. All of these little things, self-compassion, it changes your inner dialogue with yourself, right? I think when this inner dialogue changes, when you are working towards self awareness, you become more aware of your emotions as well. So, the idea of, I'm feeling this, let's eat it out, let's Netflix it out. Rather than that, you acknowledge the emotion. That will bring a lot of emotions out of the cover of anger, where the anger was covering, like every emotion that you find difficult to express, you just anger covers it all. No, you acknowledge it. So self-awareness, very, very, very important. The more self-aware you become, the more aware, the more empathy you develop for everything around you. Compassion is amazing. Teach yourself and your kids and everybody you know compassion. Amazing, brilliant. But the thing is, self compassion is most important, because you are being compassionate to somebody else with your cup empty. There's not much you can give. So coming back to it, the takeaway is anger, acknowledging it, anger management, and how meditation helps. Okay, so taking one step every single day. So you can do like 1 minute in the morning, 1 minute before going off to sleep. 5 minutes is ideal. Take out 5 minutes of your day. Remember, you are your biggest asset, right? And I think anybody who has struggled with anger would always understand how anger shows up in the wrong moment, making things more difficult, making personal interactions difficult. And then once you have said things in the heat of the moment, it's very difficult to mend things. So the takeaway is visualizing that river. So you are the observer. You're not the thoughts, emotions, feelings. So remember, you are doing it on a daily basis to build this bridge, which is going to come to your rescue when the storm arrives. So that that moment of choice that you have, the moment where you step back as the observer and not get sucked into the river and stay in your power, you make an intentional, conscious choice. Yeah. So remind yourself to do that. I think it's as I said, everybody has 5 minutes in the day. So, self-love, self-compassion, celebrating your wins, uh, always acknowledging the good you are doing through the day, right? Making time for yourself. Uh, Today's message is just that, 5 minutes of your time, making that bridge so that you can actually step back and get into the power rather than being sucked into the moment. Again, nothing happens overnight. Consistency is key. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm not expecting an overnight miracle here. So it's like the journey is inside out, right? Your outward life, your outward circumstances are a reflection of what's going on within. So acknowledging your emotions. I mean, over time, if you can make time to reflect on the emotions you felt through the day, I know it feels like a lot, but maybe just the strong ones that you went through. And you'll realize that there's so many emotions we go through the day, and actually naming them. So the more you can do the naming, you can actually, oh, what is it? Checking in with yourself through the day. Whenever you feel like out of control, checking in with yourself, getting back to the zone of your self awareness, and you'll understand that anger is just a blanket cover for a whole lot of emotions. So learning to express your emotions better in a more healthy way. Anger is not good or bad. I would just say that it puts a lot of your personal relationships, sometimes even in a professional situation, you're into a very difficult position. And I'm yet to meet somebody who is happy with what they said during the angry moment, and you can't always take those words back. So I think increasing this moment of conscious choice that you can make to step back into your power and make the choice is very, very, very important. Uh, it's a work in progress. As I always say, we are not here by chance. We are here for a reason. We are all miracles. So all these steps, one step further towards self-awareness, towards self-compassion, towards knowing yourself better, that is what is going to slowly but surely acknowledge what the blocks are. Like, when you acknowledge the block, that's when you work on it, right? Remember, you are this authentic diamond who has come here to let your inner light shine bright, to literally unravel the magic within. Yeah. None of us are here by chance. That doesn't make sense. Whatever higher power, universe, divinity, whatever you believe in, right? There's a rhyme, there's a reason, there's a purpose. So this is your vehicle. Yeah. So this is my red Ferrari that I've got for 80 years. So imagine you've got this car, you bought this car, you are supposed to use it for 80 years. You cannot change it, you cannot upgrade it. How much care, caution, how much would you put into it? So think of you, your vehicle, like that. So it includes all of it. There's no mental health and there's no physical health. So health is health. Taking care of yourself is so important. Eating right is important, exercising right is important, but at the same time, your mental health, self awareness, self compassion is so important. Acknowledging what you say to yourself in difficult moments. What is your inner critic saying, right? So this is when, again, so you make a habit of acknowledging your wins at the end of the day, celebrating yourself. So you're teaching your inner critic. So when the storm arrives, your inner critic is learning to tell you what you would have said to your best friend, rather than the harsh, meaningful, harsh, bad, sad words we tell ourselves, right? Okay, so rather than going off course, let's focus on the takeaways. Self love, mirror exercise, looking into your own eyes, telling yourself, I love you, Ruchi, of course, your name, truly, deeply, unconditionally. I'm so proud of all the challenges you have overcome. 5 minute meditation visualization of you stepping back from the river of thoughts, emotions, feelings, building the bridge on a daily basis. 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute, 5 minute, keep going. And this is going to come to the rescue when the storm arrives. So now the bridge is there. Yeah. When the bridge is there, this bridge is giving you that longer moment of making a conscious choice, rather than feeling just completely sucked up into the moment and losing your power. Right. So just, really wanted to mention that. Thank you so much for taking your time to listening to it. And if one thing that you take away from this is, again, that 5 minute visualization with stepping back, making the bridge, making a conscious choice. Anger is not a good or bad emotion. Acknowledging it and not pushing it under the carpet is extremely helpful. Right. I'll be coming up with many more insights later on. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.